right, this is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show coming to you from Chain Reaction in beautiful Anaheim, California with Xtine and the Reckless Hearts.
Xtine, vocalist, guitar.
Rie Li, bass. Jett, drums.
Oze, guitar.
Your father was in the music business.
Well, my father is a legendary reggae bass player. He's played for Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. He actually toured with the Sex Pistols. He just recently played with Ringo Starr. Basically, I've watched him go on tour my whole life. He would come home with tour videos and show us, I need to do that, what my father does. So I decided to be a musician.
You're starting music.
Music's just been a calling of mine all my life. I saw Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams getting ready for middle school. I was playing clarinet at the time, and I looked and I was like, I'm starting a rock band. And I went into school all day and I was like, I'm starting a band. Started playing bass. So the DIY ethos was always like right there from day one.
Jett, what was your entree into music?
I've always had the itch, always wanted to play drums. My father was always into music. He was a DJ. He showed me a music video of Nirvana, and as soon as I saw the drummer, I was like, I gotta do that.
Oze?
I just always have done it. I like it.
At what point did you put together Xtine and the Reckless Hearts, and what was your vision for it?
I had the idea a while ago when rock music was not existing, basically, 2013, and it was just all pop music, and I thought the best way to bring rock back would be create an all-girl band based off of a comic book, because I love Jem and the Holograms, and it never existed in real life, and it always really bummed me out. So I thought, I'm gonna do this. So I had the idea and the concept in my head, and then I got to go on tour with Barbara Dolls, and I met Riley. It was amazing. I convinced her to play music with me. And I hit up Jeanette, because Jeanette and I have known each other for like, I don't know, forever. And she's also like the most amazing drummer. So when she said yes, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And then we met Oze. I was following her on Instagram and TikTok, and then I reached out to her to like, you know, would you like to play guitar for us? We're gonna go to England and stuff. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, she said yes. This is Xtine The Reckless Hearts now.
Just recorded 3 songs in the studio.
We got to record with Tim Armstrong at his studio with TJ Rivera. It's really amazing. We did 3 songs, Lovesick, Head Trick, a song called Trigger, which is brand new, and Girl on Fire. We'll be playing Girl on Fire tonight and Lovesick.
Tim Armstrong in the studio when you guys recorded?
He was there.
What was that like?
Awesome. He's super nice and really cool and super down to earth. A really big, huge fan of reggae. That's our connection. My father's a big influence to him. When he found out who my dad was, he was like, what the heck? This is so cool. And he wanted to listen to my music, so I listened to my music, and he really liked it, likes my songwriting, so we just became instant friends.
What was this experience like?
It was really fun. I was super nervous the whole time, sweating my tits off, but I got the tape.
Why were you nervous? You're a professional.
I'm just a nervous person.
She was so nervous that she took her shoes off and laid down in the middle of the control room on the floor and just lounged while we were listening to vocal takes.
That is being relaxed.
That was after I got everything over with. I was like, oh, I can just hang out.
Was there an intimidation factor in the studio for you because Tim Armstrong was there?
Yeah, that for sure. And there was just like a lot of last minute trying to cram in the prep.
What kind of prep?
We had some pre-production before going into the studio.
Like the night before.
Yeah, it was a lot of last minute changes, and it wasn't just one thing here and there. It was quite a bit.
Jeanette is MVP of recording. Jeanette, why are you so cool?
Had to go into the studio with a sprained bass drum ankle.
And you pulled it off.
Look at champ! She did it!
What kind of expectations do you guys put on yourselves before you go on stage?
Bring the energy. Everybody's had a long day. They're coming together to hear some tunes and just burn off steam. So to just bring a good time.
Connect with my fellow members on stage.
Remembering my lyrics, guitar chords, and rock out at the same time.
Every time there's a solo, you run over and they fix your eyeliner.
Exactly. If I had a makeup artist to do that, wow.
Remember to rock out.
What is your ultimate dream for Xtine and the Reckless Hearts?
Walk down the red carpet at the Grammys with my parents with this band.
Take over the world. Nothing less.
Always being on the road. That's my dream.
Playing stadiums.
How would you define the word punk rock, and how do you think the meaning has changed over the years?
Punk rock, loud, harsh, abrasive, passion in the face. And it's changed over the years in a lot of different ways.
Punk has never changed, and I mean that in the essence of what punk is.
You're a tornado.
It's always about living your truth regardless of everything else. But the genre punk has absolutely changed because honestly, people who really burn with a fire and when they play their music, you can like see that in any music. So I think punk shines through more than just the genre.
The meaning of punk is still the same because everyone, even people who aren't even in punk rock and play like hip hop or something, but they have the punk mentality, they know what they're doing because it's rebelling against something else, you know, against the norm. As far as the genre, I don't think people know about the past, and they're so like just going for it, like, oh, I'm punk rock now. But it's like, if I, were to be like, hey, what's your favorite Rancid CD? They'd be like, what? What band is that? What are you doing? If you really love something, you want to learn all about it. Punk has changed genre-wise, but not mentality-wise as much.
It's the mentality of how you portray rebellious, thrashy, and loud, which is exactly what punk is.
What do you think makes Xtine and the Reckless Hearts unique in a world of disposable music?
We make music for longevity. We think about that when we write it.
We support like everyone to just be themselves. It's a good fucking show every night.
It's right there for the taking. How come nobody can do this? So I wanted to put together a band with girls who had different views, different backgrounds that people can relate to. So be like, I love Ozzy, she's red, she's the color red, and I love her symbol. And there's Rie Li, she's blue, the blue one. I'm the pink one, that's the purple one.
That's what makes us so powerful and stand out, is that we all have a character. We just stick by it, and it's all natural.
Fashion icons.
Y2K.
Vivienne Westwood, and then David Bowie.
I've always loved Betsy Johnson. I love Paris Hilton. I love Y2K. Susie Moon, she inspires me a lot with her fashion.
Joan Jett, Gwen Stefani, Paramore, Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
I've been without it, so I can live without it.
I don't need it.
Striving for a certain following, a certain level of fame is probably the point why we're in the band. You definitely want fans.
It's not that it's important. I don't want to be famous because I want to be able to like go grocery shopping. I just want to leave some sort of a legacy.
The Blairing Out Show.